Well, we're at the interesting bit. This is a bit I like to see, and
not Phil.
No,
he would like to see this.
No, but you will see now, obviously, why number one, Martin is doing the 2 litre, block build on the car, and the differences between the two. Obviously, Martin going to explain it. We've had a close look at the blocks as well, with the casting and everything, and it's totally.
It is, yeah.
You can't understand why they've done it.
It's similar, but not similar with the fixings. There's certain things that you need to alter. Nothing too drastic, but we didn't know that until we said that along. Get them stripped down side by side, and then we'll take a little trip out to Pete Willis, our engine machinist, because he wants to have a look, and then. But it's all pretty. Like I say, there's certain things. We're lucky because we had the whole 2 litre engine. So anything we need to donor off that, no problem. But like Rich said, so this is Phil's engine, which we recently we done the recall for the head gasket, and then we studied it at the same time.
Yeah.
Etc. He wanted us to do it, so that's what we done. So he wants to, like I said, previously we just said he's going to be keeping this car forever. So it's a preventative maintenance thing. Obviously, he's heard all the stories about the 2.3 failing. He's run at the moment. He runs a stage 2 Revo. Now, you could just forge it. You could brace this up. You could do what There's lots of options. Yeah. But we didn't want to go that option. That's a straightforward, easy option. So the option was I managed to get my hands on a 10,000 miler 2 litre out of a 67 plate car. Yeah. So 2 litre block is the route that we're going to go because that's the most heavy duty bulletproof way of doing it.
For the viewers that don't know why the weak point, or why there is a weak point on the blocks here, the blocks are almost identical in shape and casting, other than obviously on the side here, you can where this stud and this one.
It is. It's all on like number 3. Yeah. Really down here.
Down here, the casting here is a lot thinner and a lot not so robust.
You've got a lot less meat.
Look over on the 2 litre block. Yeah, on the 2 litre block in the same position, you can see you haven't got the fins that you saw on the RS block over there. So this point and where that stud mounts is so much meatier, and you haven't. This is a closed deck, and obviously. So a lot stronger, and this stud is prone to pulling out on the other motor. Yeah. So this can run a lot more boost if you want to.
You've seen it, Rich. What they do is they weld it. I've seen them weld this up. Yeah. So, but all you're doing with that is is just masking the problem. You're trying to create more strength there. You're putting a brace in here to stop the liners from too much cylinder pressure. Yeah, they're going to move and crack, etc. and all this sort of stuff. When yes, it's a lot more involved with a 2 litre block because this is straightforward. It makes your life easier, but and plus they're not easy to get hold of. You cannot buy a 2 litre block in the UK just a bare casting. You can't buy one. You would have to buy. It comes with rods, pistons, crank. Well, you don't need any of that. You'll end up throwing that away. Yeah. So the only way you can get a block, a 2 litre casting, is from the US, because Ford Motorsport, Ford Performance. Ford Motorsport, like that. I'm talking years ago now. It's called Ford Motorsport. Ford Performance. All right. In the US, you can go there and they'll cast you a block. You can go to Ford and say, I'll have that, and they'll cast it for you. They keep them on the shelf. Whereas here, you got no chance. So you would have to import one from the US if you wanted a bare casting block, the 2 litre. All right. So that's why people go this route, because you try and get an ST250 engine. That's the problem. They're not available. So that's why people opt for bracing it, weld it up, whatever you want to do. All right.
But even bracing and welding it up, it's not going to be as strong as the closed deck.
No.
Never. And
no. A few people have done the 2 litre conversion. Yeah. I mean, I've got
it makes you think, why change to this? Yeah. Go from the closed deck to this. Yeah. What was their thinking or reasoning behind it?
Yeah. I think I think a lot of it is because it's a global engine, isn't it? Mazda basically, and it's used in lots of Mazda applications. So I suppose that's what they had to do, is go that. Yeah. But it's pretty amazing.
No, it was interesting to see the difference. Now with Martin saying about it and now seeing it in the flesh.
Yeah.
And you know, for those viewers that didn't know.
Well, yeah, it gives you an idea of exactly why we're doing it.
And why people are deciding to do it. Yeah. Because you've got these high powered cars. You don't have to worry about it.
I mean, don't forget, we're going to be. Yeah, I mean, as you can see, look, the head gasket's completely different. You can't use a 2.3 head gasket on the 2 litre, different gasket. Yeah. So we've got to inspect the heads. It's a learning curve for us as well, because it's not something we've done before. So inspect it thoroughly. Oh, that's a little bit different, but oh yeah, it's you know, it's the same, but it's not. If you know what I mean, like the oil pickup for the drain back for the turbo, the casting's slightly different, but it's the same diameter. The bolts the same distance apart. Little things like that. Your water pump housing, right? This is actually bolts onto this block.
Yeah, well, Martin was showing me this earlier on. This actually bolts on. And
so if you look at this thing, look.
It's actually, see the mounting bolts here. So here, there, and underneath.
Whereas that's all part of the casting.
We're on this side here, guys, with the 2 litre.
Yeah. So on the 2 litre, it's all cast into the block. So you know, another thing you haven't got to worry about is gasket failing against the block where it mounts on that one on the new engine. Thermostat housing, it's all cast into the block.
Yeah.
So
I mean, other things like, you know, your oil pickup, you know, the oil filter housing, remote housing, that's different on the casting.
Yeah.
Right. But we have a 2 litre engine, so it's just a case of working out what's what, swap that over to that, no problem. You know, but a lot of the things are the same. You know, it's the same. You know, the head goes right on, and it's, you know, that's not a problem. It's the certain things slightly different on the bottom end, but nothing.
Breather over there, it's the same.
It's all the same.
Yeah, it's all the same.
Yeah. I mean, people have done it already, so it's not a, you know,
it's not something new, but you've mainly shown you the reason why people are doing it, and why what Phil's doing it.
Yeah, so that's right. I mean, we'll flip this over, and then strip some more of it. Get the sump on. That's what he's already got, the baffle control sump on that, the mount tube one. Yeah. We've already done the balance shaft delete on it. That's all gone. All right. So that'll all be. So basically, what's going to happen to this block is that'll go out to people. It's like we said, be checked, mic'd up, a light grind across the top there to make sure that it's dead level. Yeah. Means it's done 10,000 miles.
Yeah. Well.
All right. And then we'll do all the checks that we need to do. Yeah. And then we'll paint it.
So for those of you wondering who Pete Willis is, when I had my first Ford Escort, he was building Pinto engines, high-powered Pinto engines, back in late 80s.
Well, yeah, he done.
He worked for involved in
Hart. You know, Hart. He worked for the the Hart Racing, the ones who done the the RS200, built the RS200 Evos. Yeah, so he was involved with the Hart. Side of it, which is great. It's been around a long time, you know. Old
Especially
school.
the Ford scene.
That's right. He knows his stuff. He's not, you know, he's always been our, our machinist, you know.
No, and a thoroughly nice chap to boot. But really knows his stuff as far as
that's right.
Fords go. And
well, he's quite interesting to you know, he's not seen one of these yet. Why would he? So it's more old school stuff. So seeing this is like, oh yeah, and then we're gonna let him have a look at both of the blocks, and we will build it in here ourselves. I'll build it, not a problem, you know. So we've already got this, as you've already seen on the previous video with the Arrow Precision rods, the Mala Motorsport pistons. It's going to be a cracking build, this, but like I say, this will be painted. We haven't decided what colour yet, but we'll go through the hot wash and all. Everything will be like, you know, ready for painting.
It will be like brand new when it's fitted. Well, it will be brand new
when
when
we build it up. Yeah. You know, obviously, you know, the boards are good, but they need like hung just before we reassemble it all. And it'll be cracking. I mean, I've not known anybody yet to have, not on the road car side of it, with a Mark III Focus RS using Arrow Precision rods, which, you know, in my opinion, are one of the very, very best, if not the best you can get. Yeah. You know, more money, quite a bit more money. But
it will be interesting to keep you updated on the build, and then you know, show you everything else coming apart and then going back together again. But yeah, a real insight when I helped Martin take the head off this morning.
Yeah. Well, you've not seen it. I mean, it's the first time.
It was really interesting to see the difference. I mean, even with like the Mark II RS with the 5-cylinder. they've got a similar bore.
Well, they have, yeah.
Bore
Well, same as the ST180s. They're the same. They've got
to the
liners, isn't it?
you know, they've got the liners, and it's open deck. It's not closed deck. Like
it's just strange, isn't it? How, like the rest of the series of EcoBoost, 16, you know, the 2.3 RS, you know, the 5-cylinder, which is a Volvo engine. We know it's not an EcoBoost, and yet the 2-litre look is proper way. To do it.
Well, it is a proper way, and you know, anybody can see the strength difference in this.
I think in America they tested one of these and they put, I don't know, 800 horsepower through it, was it? And it failed at 800. I think it was 800 horsepower that it failed.
Yeah.
I think on a 2-litre block. Now that gives you some sort of idea.
Yeah, well that's.
You try putting 800 horsepower through that, even when it was braced and whatever, it's going to just.
I think it was self-destruct.
It will just grenade, won't it?
Yeah, it would do.
There's no way is that going to.
No.
Yeah. But again, we're not doing this for putting loads of horsepower for it. It's not going to be changing from, you know, but at any stage, you know, at the moment there's no plans of Revo doing a stage 3. All right, but if they did bring out stage 3, all right, or
well, this will be ready for it.
It's ready.
So, not only that, Phil has then the peace of mind that no matter how hard he drives a car with the power that he's got, that he's not going to
go on track.
He's not going to have the problem with this stud pulling out and you know, and having problems with the block. So
no, he's not going to have any problems whatsoever. Once we've done it, anybody who says to me, "What's the difference?" I can tell them what the difference is.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah, but seeing it this morning was really interesting, and can understand now why they're having the problems they are with these weak points.
I mean, it's the same with story, Rich. Now, you might get some owners who never have a problem.
No.
I mean, our edition car, which is an 18th later, I've got no intentions of doing. I don't need to. You know, if something happens to it, then I'll address the issue. But there's no need. You know, there's no need for me to do that. I mean, Phil's, he's that's what he wants to do. We talked about it. You know, we could have gone the bracing route. But
I think if anybody does have a problem, then would you put the same block back in again? No, you wouldn't. You'd look for this.
No,
No, you'd look for this. It's been really interesting. Hope the viewers find it interesting as well. So obviously there'll be a continuation to this video later.